Hey, it's Jeff Walker, and I'm going to give you the history of online business in 15 seconds and why it's important to you and why now is like the greatest time to be in this business. So I actually started publishing online in 1996. And back then, there was no way to advertise. There was no way to reach the people you wanted to reach. The only way is you could put out content and hope to get found through the search engines. And in some ways, it was easier to get found in the search engines back in the mid-90s because there wasn't very much content out there. But still, it was this long, slow game of attrition, of hopefully trying to get people to come to your website. And then the smart folks, and I'll count myself as one of the smart folks, realized it was all about building an email list. And so a lot of the smart ones were building email lists. People would come to your website, you'd use that traffic to build an email list, and then you would sell those folks. But there's no way to go out and really advertise. It was very difficult. And then once people started building lists, then you could go out and you could buy ads for those email lists. In other words, people would publish newsletters or e-zines, and you could buy an ad in that newsletter. And that was about the only advertising there was back then. And then there was this brief period of banner ads, and that was the effectiveness of banner ads decreased almost immediately as soon as they came on the scene. And then the big innovation was Google AdWords. And that was the first place where you had this real advertising platform where you could go out and buy traffic. And actually before that, there was GoTo.com was the first version of pay-per-click. But that never drove that much traffic. Then you had Google AdWords, and that was glory days, especially for some people in some markets. But like for me, by that time, like I was, in the markets that I was in, no one was searching for them on Google AdWords. For instance, product launch. Back in when I rolled out Product Launch Formula in 2005, 2006, you could advertise in AdWords, and some people were doing really well on AdWords for the kind of markets and the kind of products that people search for. But very, very few people search for product launch. And those that did, a lot of them were not my target market, but there might have been 10 or 12 searches a day, total searches, and maybe I could buy one or two of those clicks via AdWords. So it wasn't a great market for me, and it wasn't a great market for a lot of people. But that was what was out there. And in some markets it was great for. But that gave you if AdWords fit for your market, it gave you the opportunity to sort of like put a quarter into the machine and pull $1 out if you had your sales optimized. Now, the latest iteration, and the reason this is the glory days for online business is Facebook, because there's so many markets that are just incredible for Facebook, so many more. For instance, in my market with product launch, again, people still aren't out there searching for product launch. They're not saying, usually, it's just not a search that is very prevalent, but there are a lot of people out there. I can go in there and I can identify who are the business owners, and I can target down into those business owners and pick the business owners that could possibly be interested in me and my product and my market, and I can advertise to them. I can also go out to other leaders, like for instance, Brendon Burchard. He's a great friend of mine. He's built this great presence out there, and pretty much everyone that's interested in Brendon's business stuff is going to be interested in doing a product launch. Eben Pagan, another great friend of mine. Everyone who's interested in Eben and his stuff is perfect for me, and I can go and I can advertise in Facebook against those people. So I'm not just talking about online marketing in my business and product launch. This works for other markets as well. So let's say, for instance, you're a Rolfer, and if you didn't know, Rolfing is a type of bodywork. It's awesome, actually. I've had a lot of Rolfing done. But someone who's interested in there's probably not that many searches for Rolfing, but the people that are interested in Rolfing, well, they're probably also interested in massage. And so there's this whole huge world of people interested in massage or other types of body work, and you can advertise against those markets. If you're into aromatherapy, the odds are, I'm sure there's a lot of people searching for aromatherapy, but there's a lot, the people that are interested in massage and all the different types of body work are probably, you could advertise against those and find your people there. The point is that Facebook has completely changed the game. And there are other platforms coming along now. AdWords was great. It was absolutely fantastic, if you were in a really specific vertical selling a really specific thing, if you're selling, air cleaners for, large industrial buildings, then yeah, it'd be great. But there's a lot of markets that AdWords didn't work for. But now, Facebook is just absolutely amazing, and the new ad platforms. Now, so this is the key, is that nothing stays the same in online business. So like there was a time where AdWords was great, and then they changed a lot of rules, and it became a lot less great. There was a time where it was really easy to go out and buy ads and email newsletters, and then it became a lot harder. And who knows how long this current environment will last. But the reality is, this is the absolute glory days for online business and online marketing. And a lot of people, when I first talk to them and they understand, or they ask me what I do, and that's always a tough question, but when I tell them I help people market their businesses online, they often will immediately jump to, one, it's about that I teach social media, or I teach like search engine stuff, how to get traffic. The reality is, there isn't a shortage of traffic. Everyone's walking around looking at their phone's in front of them all the time. That's traffic when they're looking at their phone. The traffic is absolutely exploding, and you just have to get in front of it. And with today's ad platforms, it's absolutely possible to do that. And so that eventually comes back to the fact that you have to have an offer that converts. And if you have an offer that converts, so that people coming to your site, coming into your world, are worth something to you because they convert, that means you can go out and advertise. And now you have the platform to do it. It's the absolute glory days of online business. I think they're going to continue, but the rules are going to change. So get to it right now, because the opportunity is absolutely amazing. So I'm Jeff Walker. If you're watching this anywhere else besides at my blog at jeffwalker.com, head on over there. That's where all the discussion is, where all the goodies are. Scroll down, leave a comment for me, give me some kind of reaction, give me a share on social, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and let's go get them this week.